Hello lovelies, LovelyMuze here, and welcome to another one of my semi-opinionated analytical videos, where I discuss a certain opinion that I have that pertains to the K-pop community, but in more detail and supported by facts and evidence. Ah yes, as the title of this video states, and in my humble opinion, 17's Boo Seungkwan is the prime definition of what a K-industry it boy is. And through this video, I intend to prove why that is. In addition to that, I would also like to address an issue at hand. Which is that, despite the immense talents that this boy possesses, and despite the support and backing of the industry itself, Boo Seungkwan's popularity, or should I say his general public recognition, is rather understated and pretty much looked over by the K-pop community. More specifically, by K-pop fans. And even more specifically by international K-pop fans. So as stated, I will be addressing two things in this video. Firstly, I will be talking about why I believe Boo Seungkwan is the K-pop industry's it boy. And then secondly, I will be talking about his lack of acknowledgement and understatement by international K-pop fans, and why that is. However, depending on how long each part takes, I may end up breaking them into two separate videos, for the sake of not making the video too long. Anyways, without any further delay, let's get straight into the video. First off, I feel like to better understand where I am coming from, we must first get a better understanding of what it boy means, both in a general sense and in K-pop. In a general sense, and to summarize, it boy is someone who is extremely popular, and in the celebrity world, they are someone who is really famous amongst their peers. Basically, they are the person everyone, and I mean everyone, knows, and likes. Now, in K-pop, it boys are typically those whose fans believe are good at everything. From singing, and rapping, to dancing and even variety. They are also someone who is known to have a lot of friends or know a lot of people within the K-pop industry. The term it boy, from my own perspective, is mostly thrown around by 4th-gen fans, and the idols that I typically hear the fans dubbing as it boys are typically idols such as ATEEZ San, TXT Yeonjun, and Stray Kids Hyunjin. And funny enough, these three idols that I just mentioned are typically dubbed the 4th-gen it boys for completely separate reasons from each other. Whether it be San for his dancing skills or Hyunjin for his looks. However, when it comes to 2nd generation and 3rd generation, the only idols that I can think of at the top of my head, that I have seen been given the title of it boy, are Big Bang's G-Dragon, SHINee's Taemin, EXO Kai, and BTS Jimin and Taehyung. And once again, these idols are given the title of it boy for separate reasons. However, the issue I have with some of these idols being dubbed it boys is because they are namely only given this title for possessing one or two ability and or attribute. What I mean, is that to me, for someone in the K-pop world to truly be deemed or acknowledged as it boy, they need to possess more than one or two attributes or abilities. Meaning, just because an idol is good looking does not make them it boy material. And just because someone can rap better than every other idol in their generation does not make them it boy material. Let me ask you this. Does the male idol you have chosen to be it boy, actually excel in a lot of criterias other than just being good looking? Like, is he good at singing, dancing, and rapping? Does he have good variety skills, and more importantly, what are his connections? And by connections, I mean, how many people does he actually know and is actually friends with within the industry? Or are you one of those people who automatically assume because two idols waved at each other or smiled at each other, they're automatically best friends? I am asking all of this because based on the definition of what an it boy is, these are essentially criterias needed for someone to be truly be given such a title. Now don't get me wrong, this is simply my own interpretation and opinion of the matter, and thus everyone is certainly free to have their own. But if we really look at it objectively, then won't it be the same conclusion? Now, I say all of this because there are only two idols so far that I truly feel deserve or rightfully should be acknowledged as it boys. The first one is pretty obvious, and that is indeed G-Dragon. I am not going to go into depth for why, cause this is supposed to be a video about Mr. Boo. But I will simply say that it is because, without a doubt, this man excels in not just the basic criterias of an idol, which is singing, dancing, and rapping, but he is also a trendsetter, and a fashion icon, with every outfit he puts on trending. He does well in variety show appearances, at least from the ones that I have seen. And his connections is massive, like extends outside South Korea massive. So is G-Dragon and it boy, most definitely. As for Mr. Boo, I feel as though, officially, He still has ways to go to be officially titled this generation's it boy. However, compared to other idols whose fans have given the title to so easily, he is most certainly the best choice. And through this video I plan on showing you why. There are 6 reasons why I believe 17's Boo Seungkwan is this generation K-pop it boy. And it all has to do with both the general definition of an it boy, and K-pop's definition of an it boy. Anyone who is a 17 fan, or at least knows who Boo Seungkwan is, knows that this man has vocals for days. This is not a matter of one's own individual opinion, but just straight up facts. And anyone saying otherwise is basically just denying reality. Literally the vocal king of the third generation EXO-Chen, declared Boo Seungkwan as a vocalist that he approves of. Even the second vocal king of the third generation, in my own humble opinion, B2B Yoonkwang stated himself on Mnet's DMI News, that Seungkwan is his dream collaboration partner. Let's not forget both IU and Taeyeon literally posted his cover of their songs on their personal Instagram accounts. Mind you, Seungkwan is probably not the only K-pop idol who has covered their songs, but those two still went out of their way to post and praise him for his vocal ability. I am not even going to go into details of his vocals, cause I am not a vocal coach, but all I know is that you just have to hear this man sing to know that he is truly talented in singing. I remember reading a Reddit post that stated that Boo Seungkwan might just be the best male freestyle rapper and dancer in K-pop. If I find the post, I will place the link to it down in the description box. However, after really looking into it, and actually listening with my ears, I came to the conclusion that he is certainly good at freestyle rapping and dancing. This is despite the fact that most of the videos where we do hear him rapping and see him dancing, is just him fooling around. Now, do I think he is the best? No. Not when idol rappers such as RM, Stray Kids Jisung, Joohoney, and Bobby exist. But I do think that for someone whose position is main vocalist, he got bars. As for his dancing, it is basically the same thing. I don't think he is the best dancer or the best freestyle dancer in the entire K-pop industry, or of his generation, but he certainly does excel in it, and that is what is important here. The fact that he can sing, rap, and dance all exceptionally well. That alone makes him it boy material. Or at the very least, an all-rounder. Remember when I said that him being able to sing, rap, and dance makes him an all-rounder? Well, add a spoonful of variety skills, and my friends, we have ourselves a full package. Or should I say an overpowered idol. Anyone who has seen him in any variety show knows that this man not only has the talent for singing, but the talent for entertainment, period. I am sure that most K-pop fans who became a fan of 17 or was even made aware of their existence, was because of Seungkwan. Whether it was because you saw him on a variety show, or because of the number of times he trends for his funny antics. Either way, it is to the point that this man, every chance he gets, always has to remind people that he is not a comedian but a singer. If an idol has to be reminding people that they aren't a comedian, then that alone should let you know just how funny he truly is. I can't begin to tell you just how many times I heard people, or read Twitter and Reddit comments from people, talking about how shocked and surprised they were when they found out that he is a singer, or that he is part of 17. Let's not forget that this is the same man who won the 2018 Rookie Award at the MBC Entertainment Awards for his appearance on King of Masked Singer, and Unexpected Q. As the members of 17 themselves have stated, this man's whole life is a comedy.
진짜 엄청난 몰려오는 거죠. 하지만 놀라지 않아요. 이제 자기의
인생이 다
인정을
삶을 오래 살았으니까
피하지 않는다.
좋아.
그렇지. 할아버지 영화에서 보면 안 피해. 할아버지들은.
굿마운틴.
봤어.
개념했어. 그냥.
As the title of the third reason states, Boo Seungkwan is indeed a living jukebox. I am always impressed at just how many songs, old or new, that he can remember. From the date those songs were released, to the choreographies, and to the ad-libs. Every single detail of those songs, Boo Seungkwan knows. It's one of the reasons why he always wins or succeeds whenever he plays those musical guessing games. It is also probably one of the reasons why he always gets so much praise and approval from the artists he covers and remembers. Because he not only shows us just how much he remembers those songs and how they impacted him both as a singer and a fan of K-pop, but he also never forgets to show us just how appreciative he is of the artists and groups who sang them. Kim Hee-chul, the former crown bearer of the jukebox throne, even dubbed him as successor when they battled each other on Knowing Brother. People forget that it is because of his constant appreciation and admiration for old K-pop groups, that we even got to see some old K-pop group revivals during the MMTG special concert, such as After School, 9 Muses, and 2 PM. Alright, so you guys are probably wondering why I placed a question mark in front of this reason. Well, that is because I don't necessarily think Boo Seungkwan is a trendsetter, at least not as an individual. However, as a group, 17 have made certain things a trend, with the most obvious ones being the part switch, and the self-proclaimed self-producing title, where most idol groups nowadays, especially 4th-gen groups, never fail to mention when they have helped in the producing of their songs or contents, in order to boost their image as a self-producing idol or group. However, I will say that he has trended quite a few times. From his Wi-Fi song, and his We Remember K-pop live streams, to his El Korea interview, and his recent cover to the Hey Mama choreo, that is still trending on TikTok with over 2 million views. Now to the main reason for why I even decided to make this video, and that is his connections. Everyone likes to name certain idols as the idol who is friends with the K-pop industry, whether it be BTS Taehyung, or GOT7 Jackson. However, once again, in my own humble opinion, Boo Seungkwan is the prime example of an idol who is indeed friends with the entire K-pop industry. Actually, no, scratch that. Boo Seungkwan is a prime example of an idol who is friends with the entire Korean entertainment industry, which extends beyond just being friends with K-pop idols. I am talking TV hosts and comedians, famous chefs, and even companies. There is no point naming all the idols, so I'll just insert a list I made of the idols and celebrities that I could think of, and remember. But imagine having Baek Jong-won, a famous chef in South Korea on speed dial, just so you can make sure that you have the right recipe to make your breakfast. Imagine having Netflix Korea promoting you and advocating for you to be on a new variety show, and to actually be confirmed to be part of that show. Imagine freaking having Dispatch Korea using your picture as their Instagram profile picture, because why not? Imagine just being mentioned on variety shows or by other Korean celebrities unprovoked. I am telling you guys right now, Boo Seungkwan is the main character, and we are all just privileged enough to witness his story in real time. This man literally has the entire industry rooting for him and on speed dial. One thing that I really admire and appreciate about Boo Seungkwan is his work ethic, and that despite the amount of success that 17 has, and the amount of recognition he himself has, he still stays very humble about it. I remember reading a tweet that stated how everyone else in 17 already realized they're celebrities, whereas Seungkwan still gets shocked when he gets recognized at a badminton club. I feel like not a lot of people truly understand or even possibly acknowledge the fact that most of 17's exposure is in fact due to Boo Seungkwan, and this is not an exaggeration. Even the members themselves have openly admitted this, and have expressed how grateful they are for it. Just think about it. Seungkwan goes out of his way to promote 17 whenever he appears on variety shows when he can easily just promote himself. Seungkwan going out of his way to speak with variety show producers, just to get the entire group to appear. For instance, the only reason why 17 keeps appearing on Dingo and MMTG every time they are promoting, is because of Seungkwan personally reaching out to the producers of the shows to appear. Seungkwan is literally doing what 17's management team should be doing. There is a multitude of reasons why 17 are called a self-producing group, and one of those reasons is their ability to self-manage. Let's not forget that ever since his El Korea interview, Pledis Entertainment stated that he has been getting love calls non-stop from brand deals wanting to work with him, but Boo Seungkwan, being Boo Seungkwan, declined those offers, because to him, 17 comes first. As Woozi himself has stated, there is no one who loves 17 more than Boo Seungkwan.